and welcome back to Gal Who Cares, episode 15, with Isha,
Simran,
and Ria.
And today we've got Kimran back with us for part 2.
Hiya, I'm Kimran. You might have seen me on your social media.
So today we want to talk, obviously last week we spoke about more about your business, female empowerment, but this time we want to talk about social media.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, for those who don't know who Kim is, she actually has quite a bit of a big following on social media, especially TikTok. She's probably always on your For You pages. I know you're always on my For You page. Maybe that's because I follow you, but anyways. But yeah, so she is on social media, and obviously all three of us girls can relate to this actually as well, because we all use social media. I know when I was younger, I used to look at these influencers and think, wow, they're so pretty, wow, they do this, wow, they wear that. I used to get my outfit choices kind of from them.
Yeah.
I used to think, oh, they keep going to all these aesthetic places and getting really nice pictures. I want to do that. Like, I remember once I was like, this was when I was really young, and I was like, for my birthday, I want to go to like a really aesthetic place and just take pictures. My mum was like, that's what you want to do for your birthday? I was like, yeah.
Just a girl.
Yeah. But obviously, social media, the most important thing is it is not real life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people always forget that. This is to girls and boys, to be honest. You know, like a guy might post about a fight that they won, but you got to remember that they're going through so much hard time training and stuff like that as well, and they don't necessarily post all of that. So social media, it is not a lie. It can be a lie, but it's not. I'm not saying it's a lie, but it doesn't always show the truth. Now, with me, you know, there's girls out there that have edited their photos. They post so much things out there that aren't always them, and it makes youngsters, as well as me, even my mum's age people, you know, anyone, they could look at that person and think, wow, why don't I look like that? And you have to remember that, you know, that might not be actually them. Now, I am very guilty of this as well, and I don't always post everything about my life. So I've posted, you know, positive things, pictures with my family, fun things when I'm out, pictures with my friends, always having fun. I've never ever, until this podcast, I never really posted about, you know, my mental health. I never posted about how normal it is. I never emphasized that I really struggle with acne. I mean, scarring on my arms. Like, I don't know if it's I know it's more like brown girls tend to, you know, with their pigmentation and stuff as well. It's known more then.
Yeah.
But I used to be really scared about showing my arms because I have like acne scarring. And then with makeup as well, like I never ever wanted to not wear makeup because I was like, oh my God, my spots, like it's normal.
Yeah.
But I never felt like that because I used to see all these stunning girls on Instagram and I used to think, but I can't not wear makeup because my spots were showing. They have no spots, but they might. And so obviously I'm guilty in the sense that I've never really shown people that, you know, what you see on my Instagram isn't always what I'm going through. Like I get massive breakouts when it's, you know, my time of the month. And I'm not going to post that on social media. Like, I don't have the confidence to.
Yeah.
But I really wish I did.
Yeah, I think people don't realise that what you're seeing on social media is mainly only the good side. No one's going to go on there and show, like, when they're feeling down or when things that bad are happening in their lives. So I think you just need to remember that everything you see isn't everything that's going on.
Yeah.
No,
Which is probably also why a lot of girls and boys think that they have to go uni to be able to do something in their lives, because nobody's out there really talking that, oh yeah, it's not just all about uni, you can do other things as well. Nobody's really posting their challenges. They're just seeing everyone's just, oh, they're working here, they're working there, oh, I have to go uni, I have to do this degree and all of that, and that might not be the best thing for you. But because you're seeing it online, all these GCSE, A-level videos, getting an A star, it's always how to get an A star, how to get a grade 9.
Yeah.
And does it ever tell you what goes on behind?
Exactly.
Do you really want to get that A star?
What about just getting a pass? Because that can be really hard for people too.
Yeah.
Like, but I guess my question to you is, so obviously having a big platform on social media, do you find that you struggle to express yourself sometimes and talk about the struggles that you're going through? Because obviously you know that you've got a big following, so you don't, I don't know, maybe you don't want people to realize that life isn't always perfect.
Yeah, so I have been on social media since I was around 14, 15 years old now, and when I first got on social media, it kicked off for me straight away. I don't know how. From the age of like 15, I literally had 7,000 on Instagram, and it just continuously grew. but it was more like the pretty girl aesthetic. Like I wasn't really posting anything else. Like you didn't know anything about my life, but it was just me posting pictures. I think it was only up until last year when I actually started like talking to my TikTok, giving my days in the life, giving my get ready to me, and then that's when you actually kind of see that side of me, because I kind of realized that is so not real, and especially because I started to get scared to post, because I did go through a lot of like breakouts last year, and I've never had that like in my life. I don't know what happened to me last year, but my skin's always been like, you know, that perfect skin that you see. And I have always had the best skin. I don't know if someone's done some nose on me or something, but like I've always had really good skin. So then I think coming from that background, like growing up, like knowing that I can go out without makeup and feel fine, and then all of a sudden having scars everywhere, like under my makeup I have scars, but you can see that now on my TikTok because I'm okay posting about that now. But I think going from all of that, like having like the perfect skin, to like randomly breaking out of nowhere and then it just not stopping, that's been hard, because I was like, I don't want to post anymore. I can't post without makeup. I can't do this. I can't do that. But in reality, I can. Like, it's just in my head that I can't. Like, it's in my head that, oh my God, everyone's got this perfect skin. Like you said, like you feel like everyone looks great on social media all the time. But like, it's so not real, because I'm not slapping on a full face every single morning to go to work and then post. I'm not doing that. So I think I really started recently becoming way more real, and like even on my Instagram now, like I've never been real on my Instagram. It's always been like, let me just post the great things, let me just post on like on my story when something good's happening, when I'm going out, this, that and the other. But like now I actually sit there and talk about everything. I talk about like the struggles of everything. I talk about influencer a lot. I talk about my spots and stuff, but I talk about like the bad things as well. Like I am still getting better at it, because I don't want to overshare too, because people do not have the best
private life as well.
Like people don't have good intentions on social media. Being online is very scary as a girl. Like I have so many incidents, but you have to be careful with what you share online. So I only share things that I'm okay with. And that's why I still think that not everyone knows anything about my life, because I only share like a very selective part. But I think I share enough, which is like, it's also real. Like, guys, you're not going to look great all the time. Like, this is what real skin looks like. And I think I've actually been told as well, and that makes me feel good. Like, oh my God, like I'm really glad that you're sharing your like your skin, especially like when I'm on holiday and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, like why am I going to put makeup on to go to the beach? Like, I'm not going to do that. But then it feels like, because I post a lot when I'm on holiday, like I can't post. But then I was like, no, I can. And I've been doing that. And I'm like, I love this for you. Like, people are like, I actually love that you're becoming more confident in your own skin. And I think I am. And I'm becoming happier. And I'm actually accepting myself now. And I think I'm on a different stage of loving myself that I've never been on, because I'm the vainest person you'll ever meet. But now I'm 10 times vainer, because I'm like, actually, no, I still look good without makeup and I still look good with the spots. And I think that's one thing that you have to implement within yourself to be able to share online.
I completely agree. Like, I have, from a really young age, I've always, because obviously I grew up with a lot of English friends. And so they just had, you know, the perfect skin, no hair, this, that. And so I always grew up needing to wear makeup, or thinking I needed to wear makeup because I need to hide this and stuff. Got into a habit, so then I generally would not leave the house without makeup. Like, even to go to the shops for 5 minutes, I need to put makeup on. And now it's only really been this year that I've actually been okay. And sometimes, I can't lie, there's certain people that will make you feel better as well, because I have to say there's been a few people in my life that have helped me gain that confidence. It's not just come naturally for me, but having those people there has made me realize that, you know what, it's my skin's gotten a lot better, I have to say, not wearing makeup all the time. And I was making it actually worse for myself. But, you know, it's just about having confidence, and really no one cares, to be honest.
I think it's so normal. I think that's one other thing. Like, when I was in that phase of like my skin getting really, really bad, like I would constantly put makeup on top of the acne, and that's not going to help it. Like, even now, like, to go to the gym in the mornings, I go really, really early in the morning, so I would look dead. So I need something like under my bags to conceal it. But then it's like, then I have to do my spots as well, because they're like bright red. And I think I was getting into that mindset of like everything needs to be concealed. Because you just never know, especially like being as online as I am, and people like seeing me online, especially when I do go to places like the gym where it's very public, like they do know me there, so I'm like, okay, like I can't not wear anything, because then like, you don't look like your Instagram. But am I gonna look like my Instagram at 6 a.m. in the morning in the gym? Like, come on, like, bloody hell, get a grip. So I think it is hard, like trying to get out that mindset, but it's also like, I don't care anymore. Like, I've really gotten into the phase where I do not care what I look like when you see me now. I actually don't care.
That's the main word, I don't care. Because we do care too much, and we need to start to not care. And I want to go back to quickly, you mentioned that you said you know, you don't share all of your life on TikTok. Like, they actually barely know you if you think about it. And a really important thing is not necessarily TikTok, but social media is you can't judge a person from social media. So I could say, oh, I know Kim, like I know her really well because I follow her and I watch every single TikTok she posts and I look at all her photos. But I don't know Kim. I know her social media,
Yeah.
but I don't know her
Yeah.
because I've never met her. Like, obviously, if I hadn't met you,
Yeah, we have actually met.
but like, if I hadn't met you, I couldn't say like she's a lovely person. She's because I've heard people say like, oh yeah, so and so's a lovely person. This
Yeah.
that. Have you met them?
Yeah.
They haven't though.
Yeah. I think that's the same. Like, I think a lot of people will get into that mindset where it's like they think that they know you so much online and like this, that, and the other, and especially to the extent where I don't even like. I've heard things about myself from other people. I'm like, oh great, that's nice to know. Thanks for telling me about me. But it's also like they don't actually know me, and
people are so quick to assume just because
Yeah.
they see like a few videos and like, oh yeah, I know everything about them. I know what
Yeah.
they're doing every day, but no, you don't actually know them.
yeah, like I promise you, actually do not know me, and it's funny in a way, but like I think. I want to become more real on social media. Like that is a goal. Like I do want to become my true self because I think I'm great. I think everyone should think they're great. I think everyone should be like, I love myself so much. And I think I've gotten to the phase where I'm like, there is so much to me that I think would go great on social media, but it's like knowing how to do it because it's also like I'm very scared of showing everything.
But I think that's what people like. They like to watch people like influencers or just people that are real, like that are authentic.
Yeah.
That they're like you can tell they're down to earth and they're just real people that you can relate to. If they're just there showing their best side all the time, it's like, oh, I want to be like them.
Yeah.
If they're showing what's actually going on in their day-to-day life, then it's like all I can relate.
Yeah, that's what
Like
I
that-
do. I've been there, yeah.
Like their journey. Like I have to say, I think Parv, her journey and the fact that she showed it on social media is amazing because it goes to show to all those young girls as well. Because I know there's a lot of young girls that are on social media right now and they are watching everything we post. I mean, your videos as well. Like they're so funny. Like my parents love watching your videos. Thanks. But it's nice because it's like, I mean, we've had it actually. We've had people try guess like what type of people we are. So they'll be like, oh, Simran's this, Ria's this, I'm this. But they're like on social media, you seem so different. And
We
it's
got
like,
that, yeah.
that's because you don't know
I've
me.
been told that so many times. Like people are
I
like,
said it to you.
yeah, like so many people are like, oh, I expect you to be like so bubbly and so outgoing because you're just like so funny on your social media. But then when they meet me, like I'm quite reserved and shy.
It takes you time to get to that stage.
I mean, it does take me time to warm up, but then also when I'm just in front of my camera, it's just me and my camera. I'm gonna be more like that.
Yeah.
But then when you actually get to know me, I'm like a bit more like reserved until you get to know me properly. So
because obviously on our side, it's like we have the confidence when no one's there because we're filming ourselves. No, there's no audience. Whereas the people who are watching us, they feel like they think that we know there's an audience, but in our head we don't think that. At the time.
And that's
We're
why it's
just-
easy for me to talk because if there's people there, you'd hear
Yeah,
nothing
it's
from me.
awkward.
You would hear nothing from me.
I mean, I think the first time we ever shot our podcast, we had an individual sat there, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we were all like so nervous. We were like,
And it was just one person there. So
Yeah.
imagine all these people who view our videos on TikTok and stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's another point as well. Recently, like I feel like I've been getting very shadow banned and stuff. Like you actually don't realize how many people are watching your stuff. For example, like one person that would flip me. I would be like, oh my god, I can't talk.
Exactly.
But then
Yeah.
if 200 people, like 200 viewers, sat there, you'd be like,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
mate, you ain't hearing
No,
nothing
yeah.
from me.
When I get like 700 views, I'm like, why?
What the
why
hell
is
am-
it
yeah,
so
what's
low?
wrong with
But then
me?
if I sat down and there was 700
I'd
people,
vomit. I'd
I'd
actually
not
puke
say a
everywhere.
exactly, and even like likes, comments, like that's people taking time out their day to watch and comment on
Yeah.
your thing. It's
Reshare.
like,
You know what scares me though is if someone reshares it and I'm like, why have they reshared
Where is it
though?
going?
Like,
Yeah.
what's so interesting
See, mine
about
happens
it?
immediately. Like, I'm so used to it now. Like the moment I post, I'll get 2 shares. I'm like, okay.
I
Don't know who
Even
you
saving
are,
to
but thanks.
favorites. Saving to favorites.
No.
I'm like, why are you saving this to
that's
favorite
really
video?
weird.
Is this really your favorite video? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel happy. But it's crazy because like it's actually kind of another thing actually I want to say is because obviously like you said when you were on social media it picked up really fast for you. But obviously there's kids out there. I mean I've seen a lot on my For You page. I've seen a lot of youngsters and they're doing the whole what we would expect you to do, like get ready with me's and come day in the life, etc. And obviously these kids have probably got like 500 followers, if that. But it's nice that they're like, they're trying to grow their page and stuff. But obviously it's also, I want to put it out there to them that it's not necessarily always going to work the way you want it to work.
Yeah.
But you just can't give up because obviously, you've shown it, like it's worked really well for
Yeah.
you. Again, I don't think your following went like crazy this year. I'm pretty sure it went up
a
quite a
bit,
lot, didn't
yeah.
it? And you know, I mean, you've started as well modeling and stuff. Like everything has happened for a reason, but it's through, you know, sticking at something, persevering, you know, finding help when you need it. And I think to the youngsters out there as well, not even youngsters, like people our age or older who are still trying to grow their social media as well, or not even social media, say if you wanted to get into something different, but just never give up, I think. And don't look at one person's social media and think it worked for them, why is it not working for me? I'm going to give up now, because don't give up.
Yeah, I would say like as well with that, it's really hard, especially like trying to go to social media, because my social media took off when I was really, really young and I was exposed to it really, really early on. Like now when I actually want to grow it, it's not growing. And it is hard. Like I'll be completely transparent. Like I had goals for myself last year where I'd be on X amount and I'd be doing this amount. But then I also couldn't, because it's hard, because I have a full-time business where it's like, what do I post? Like, do I post for my clients or do I post for me? Which one's more important? So it's like, that's more important to me. So I did put myself on the back burner. But this year I'm going to make myself a priority as well, because I am also Kimran as well. Like I'm not just like owner of a business, I'm myself as well. So you might think that you're not getting anywhere on social media. So if you are like struggling with it and you're like, I'm being like stay and like nothing's moving for me, like every time I post I'm being consistent, it's not working, like just keep at it. Because even me, mate, I went to Dubai and I posted so many videos, it did really bad and I was like, what's going on here? But like I was like, no, like I'm actually happy that I'm still doing it, because it makes me happy as well. It's not like I'm posting just for it. Like I actually love recording and like looking back, I'm like, what a great video. Like, wow, I'm so good at this. So it is good in that sense as well, but just keep at it, because you actually never know when it's going to work out for you. And if you do want to do social media, it's a great avenue to go down.
Because I think I'm guilty of that actually, because I think when, you know, on my own page as well as the Girl Who Cares page, I remember once I said to Simran, I said, I've gotten rid of this video because it's not doing well enough. And she was like, no, keep it on there, because sometimes like you just need more and more videos.
Does well afterwards.
And you know, I gave up quite quickly. Like I already removed it off there, but now I've learned that I'm just posting, and it's just going to get better and better. Like I need to stop jumping to conclusions so quickly and giving up so quickly.
Exactly.
Don't be too hard on yourself as well. With social media, like you can't really control what's going to happen. So if you're happy posting, you're making these videos to yourself as well, then just carry on doing what you love and just let it happen naturally. You can't force things like this.
No, definitely. Obviously on social media you can't control the hate and the liking, you know, all of that stuff. So it's natural to get hate. Have you experienced hate? And if you have, how did you deal with the hate? Yeah,
so I think I experienced hate very early on TikTok, like when I first started it. And I was doing really well and the stuff was blowing up, and then you get hate. And that puts me down. I took a long break from TikTok. Like I couldn't deal with it, because I was like, why are people hating on things that I can't control? It's not like I've done something bad. It's just things that I can't control. It's just me. So I let it go for a while, and I just took a long break. And then when I finally came back, I was like, no, I'm not letting this happen to me anymore, because I wanted it. I love TikTok. I love dancing. I love making videos and this, that, and the other. So now my comment filters are on. Everything that I know that people have hated on me in the past is all on, because I don't want to do that to myself mentally. If I want to keep posting, I'm going to keep posting, but for myself, and not letting you guys and whatever you want to say about me control it, because I know me.
Also, like, people make assumptions about people that they watch online. Have you heard any assumptions or rumors that have ever been made about you, and like how do you feel about them?
Have any of you, to be honest?
I've heard a really I've heard a lot of ones, but I think the worst one to me was someone told me that they found out I'm pregnant, and I was like, oh great. I was like, oh, how many weeks am I having a girl or a boy? Which one is it? Because you know more about me than I do. I was like, what? You know what was so mad? Like after that one, I literally went onto my Instagram and I started zooming in. I was like, do I look fat or something? Like, is my belly there? Like, what's making? Where's that come from? Because that one is like diabolical. There was no chance of that happening. So I was like, how does someone come up with that? Like, do you just randomly think, you know what, I'm going to tell everyone that Kimran Bradshaw on social media she's pregnant? I was like, what is going on? Like, what are you actually doing?
People actually have nothing better to do.
And that one shocked me. Like, I was actually in disbelief. I was like, what am I hearing about myself?
Sometimes they're just hilarious, because I
just laughed. I was like,
why are you making things up like
that?
that?
It actually gets under my skin though sometimes when people actually, like, for example, even yesterday, someone who I was with yesterday, they said, oh yeah, my cousin said they know you, this, that. I was like, oh really? Who are they? They don't know me. Like,
yeah, apparently everyone knows me as well. I'm like, yeah, they heard this about me. I'm like, oh, that's great. Yeah.
Like, someone said to me once, so like, oh yeah, you're from Birmingham. And I was like, I'm not from Birmingham. Like, where's that come from? And they're like, you're from Birmingham. I think I know where I'm born.
Yeah.
I think I know where I'm from. What about you, Simran?
I can't think of any in particular, but I've heard so many things in the past where people have like said things about me, or like this person said this, and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
a big
like,
one. Like everyone's like
Yeah,
back chatting to everyone about everyone else.
I just know like people would talk about me anyway,
Yeah.
like sending my videos. People have a lot of opinions, but I honestly, it doesn't actually bother me. I don't think hate really gets to me at all, which is good because obviously it
You
does
have
get
to have
some
thick
people.
skin.
Yeah.
Especially if you're on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you shouldn't expect to have hate and have to deal with it because people shouldn't be hating in the first place. But luckily I'm actually all right with it, and I'll be like, well, I don't know you, so your opinion doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But what about you, Ria?
Literally nothing in particular. I'm not too big on TikTok at all, neither on Instagram.
But have you had like just
But
rumors
like
in
people
general?
just think, some people have thought I'm a really bitchy person, and I'm like, you can't judge that off the pictures I
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
because just because I'm going to be posing without any smiles or anything doesn't mean I
Yeah.
don't smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they see you smile, I
To
think.
be honest, we said that.
Do you
because-
remember when I put a video of me smiling? Someone, they replied to my story. They're like, "You smile." I
I remember
wanted.
you saying this, yeah.
Yeah.
But even when I first ever met Ria, I remember saying that I wasn't one. I was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, is she gonna be the right person for this?" Because I generally thought she was gonna be a bitchy person, and I said that to her, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's the loveliest person ever." And I was like, "It's just because of what you see on social
Yeah,
media."
that just
like, you
shows that
yeah.
you don't know someone
Yeah,
from
she
what
knows.
The
you've
Yeah.
thing is, how much do you see of a person of a day in social media? Like 5 minutes of 24 hours of
Yeah,
the day.
exactly.
So how can you judge someone on those 5 minutes of the day?
Exactly. And that's one thing I've learned massively this
Yeah.
year, I think, especially, is don't judge people.
Exactly.
But anyways, that's the end of episode 15. And yeah, thank you, Kim.
Thank
for
you.
coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for coming on. It's been amazing.
Definitely.